And you have to go, well, how do I translate that to urine? So you just put the CDC fourth report urine on the same page as the blood, and you've got here, so the 50th percentile, that's at 0.64 in the urine, is 0.409 in the 50th percentile. The 75th percentile, 1.38 in the blood, equals 0.79 in the urine. 2.87 in the blood at the 90th percentile is 1.43 in the urine, and in the 95th percentile in the urine, 2.09. So it's easy. It's easy to know. You know, if you're seeing something that's in the blood, a study, look at it versus the CDC, and then you know where the range is in the urine to be able to understand this when you're working with people clinically. It's really very easy to do. The CDC data is fantastic. Now, knowing that the majority of mercury in individuals, especially in the higher levels, above the 75th percentile, which in the urine would be anything above 0.79 or 0.8. If you've got a pre-flush in the urine of mercury, anything above 0.8. How many of you get pre-flush mercury is above 0.8? With some regularity, right? What's the majority of mercury in them? Fish. Methyl. It came from fish. So we've got the FDA list of mercury in fish. On the left, the most mercury toxic. On the right, the least mercury toxic. And you know, the crazy thing about the most mercury toxic is we all hear about the shark and swordfish, king mackerel, big-eye tuna, but we don't often hear that, hey, there's orange roughy on there, there's Chilean sea bass in there. So these are all the things that, you know, basically are on the most menus. Sunderland has done some great work, Elise Sunderland, that she has published, and she's you know, give an indication that because of all the coal-fire power plant stuff going on in Asia, that the level of mercury in the Pacific Ocean fish is going to about double by 2050. She's got some nice publications on that. Now, there's her level in tuna, and so here's her thing about the 50% increase in Pacific Ocean mercury levels by the year 2050 based on published projections of increases in mercury emission over the same time frame. So that level is growing, and an interesting article that came out was that, I didn't know this, but that the tuna that they serve at schools it's by the same companies that sell tuna cans in the grocery store, but you know, they sell them in, I guess, these Costco-sized cans or something to the schools, and the level of mercury in the tuna sold to schools is higher than what we get in the grocery store. Significantly higher. So what they did is that this group ended up looking at kids' body weight. So here's little kids, 20 kilograms of total body weight. And depending on what kind of fish they got, just an average exposure over one day, if they ate you know, tuna fish at the school, you had the majority of them in rating a number 6 here, which was most risky, more than 4 times the recommended allowance for the mercury. So if, you know, this going into school lunches, it's not something that I used to ask about what the kids ate at school. You know, I didn't do that. But now I know that that's a necessary thing because they get a different kind of tuna fish. So their recommendations would, children should not eat albacore tuna, not eat it less than once a month. not eat it more than once a week, they should not eat it.